What if an ancient book held the answer to humanity's greatest mystery? What if it detailed exactly what happens after death, describing spiritual trials, encounters with mysterious entities, and even the path to reincarnation? Such a book exists, but does it reveal the truth or just forgotten legends? Today we'll explore every detail of this mysterious work and discover what might await us on the other side. Since the beginning of humanity, we have tried to understand what happens after death. Is it the final end, or just the beginning of something greater? Many religious and philosophical books have attempted to answer this question, but one manuscript in particular stands out. It not only suggests what happens, but accurately describes the stages the soul goes through. According to the book After Death, consciousness goes through several phases. The moment of separation from the body, a spiritual judgment where all actions in life are analyzed, encounters with enigmatic entities, and in many cases, a return to life through reincarnation. But how could this book know so much about something that no one has ever come back to tell? Let's explore each of these mysteries and understand what it really says about the journey beyond death. Chapter 1. The Mysterious Origin of the Book. This book, known as the Tibetan Book of the Dead, Codex Gigas or Voynich manuscript, depending on the version analyzed, has origins shrouded in mystery. Some sources say it was written by monks centuries ago, while others believe it came from a supernatural revelation. What is known is that its pages describe experiences beyond earthly life, detailing transitions between spiritual dimensions and even paths that the soul may follow after death. The book first appeared in historical records in the 15th century, in a small village in Italy. With about 240 pages, it was written in an unknown language, with bizarre symbols and illustrations of plants, celestial bodies, and fantastic beings, which seem to represent scenes from the other world. But is it really a guide to the afterlife, or just a set of metaphors and allegories? Chapter 2. The Surprising Details About Life After Death. This mysterious book describes an afterlife divided into several phases, each with challenges and revelations about existence. Different versions of the manuscript indicate three main stages that the soul goes through immediately after death: spiritual judgment, encounters with mysterious entities, and the process of reincarnation. But what exactly happens in each of them? The spiritual judgment. As soon as a person dies, their consciousness separates from their body, and according to the book, goes through a kind of awakening. During the first moments, the soul still feels alive, but soon realizes that something has changed. It is at this moment that spiritual judgment takes place. The book describes how each soul must face a complete assessment of its life, where all of its actions are scrutinized. Unlike traditional images of a courtroom, this judgment does not take place before a god on a throne, but rather within the soul's own mind. The person relives every important moment of their existence, feeling not only what they did, but also the impact of their actions on others. If they caused suffering in life, they will experience that suffering as if they were the victim. If they spread joy, they will feel that same happiness returning to them. This judgment is not an external punishment, but rather a kind of amplified reflection, a mirror of their own conscience. According to the book, the intensity of this process can be overwhelming. For some, it can be a liberating experience, while for others, it can be pure torment. But that is not the end of the journey. Encounters with mysterious entities. After the judgment, the soul encounters mysterious entities. The book describes these figures in different ways. Some appear as benevolent guides, while others can be frightening and enigmatic. These entities, according to the manuscript, are neither gods nor demons in the traditional religious sense, but rather manifestations of the soul's own beliefs and emotions. Some cultures believe they are ancestors, while others describe them as guardians of the path to the next existence. Interestingly, many people who have had near-death experiences report similar encounters. Some describe figures of light offering comfort and wisdom, while others speak of dark presences that made them reflect on their mistakes. The book states that these entities can guide the soul to the next step, or even test its understanding of existence. Some souls, depending on their spiritual evolution, are taken directly to a state of peace, while others need to continue their journey in search of learning. It is at this point that reincarnation becomes a possibility. The process of reincarnation. The manuscript suggests that after the judgment and encounters with entities, the soul has two options: move on to a higher state of existence or return to the physical world. The return occurs according to the experiences lived previously. If the soul still has lessons to learn, it is reborn in a new body without conscious memories of the past life, but carrying traces of its previous experience. The book describes reincarnation as a continuous cycle of learning. Souls who have lived with compassion and wisdom may be reincarnated in better circumstances, while those who have caused suffering may face more difficult challenges in their next life. In some passages, the book mentions that there are souls who choose not to reincarnate immediately, preferring to remain in a state of contemplation until they are ready to return. This concept is similar to what many spiritual traditions believe, including Buddhism and Hinduism. But if all this is true, why don't we remember past lives? The book suggests that memory is erased so that new life is not influenced by the past, allowing genuine learning. Does this explanation make sense? Or is it just a symbolic interpretation? Chapter 3. The connection to near-death experiences. What is most striking is that some of the accounts in the book resemble near-death experiences recorded by people around the world. There are those who claim to have seen a tunnel of light, that they felt an inexplicable sense of peace, or even that they spoke to deceased loved ones. Are these experiences proof that the book is right? Or are they just an illusion created by the brain in the last moments of life? Interestingly, many researchers who study NDEs, near-death experiences, have found similarities between modern accounts and the ancient descriptions in this book. Although NDEs are controversial and there is no definitive scientific explanation for them, these accounts intrigue and inspire belief in an afterlife. NDEs raise questions about the nature of consciousness and the possibility of a spiritual world. Chapter 4. Was the book hidden on purpose? If this book really does contain answers about life after death, why isn't it widely circulated? Some theorists believe that this information has been purposefully hidden by powerful groups throughout history. Reports suggest that copies of the book have mysteriously disappeared or been kept under wraps in secret libraries. Others say that knowledge of it could completely change our perception of death and even the control that religions and governments have over society. In recent years, treasure hunters and researchers have been trying to find the book. In 2015, a group of archaeologists claimed to have found clues to its location in an abandoned monastery in Romania. They discovered a chest with symbols identical to those in the manuscript, but it was empty. In 2020, a Russian hacker claimed to have found a digitized version of the book on the dark web. He posted excerpts online, but his account was deleted hours later, and he was never seen again. But is this just a conspiracy theory, or is there something darker behind this secret? The idea of a spiritual trial, encounters with mysterious entities, and a cycle of reincarnation may seem frightening to some and fascinating to others. If this book really does contain truths about what happens after death, its existence could completely change our view of life. But is it a reliable source, or just another manuscript shrouded in mystery and symbolism? What do you think? Do you believe these descriptions make sense, or are they all just ancient legends? Leave your comment below and share your opinion. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more mystery stories. See you in the next mystery.